Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing really well. It's your girls Gerida, and in this video I'm gonna be telling you about the Emirates assessment day do's and don'ts. So I'm gonna give you some of the tips to help you maintain your poise and to make the best first impression from the start of the assessment day until you leave the room. So if you have an assessment day coming up for a cabin crew role, this assessment day tips that I'm about to give you is gonna make a massive difference on your assessment day performance. Just very quickly, if you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos and latest updates on Emirates requirements. And speaking of requirements, let me quickly highlight the requirements to become an Emirates cabin crew before we start talking about the do's and don'ts. Fluent in written and spoken English, additional language is an advantage. A natural team player with a personality that shines, and at least 160 centimeter tall and able to reach 212 centimeter high. And you need to have at least 1 year of hospitality or customer service skill. A minimum of high school certificate or grade 12 education. No visible tattoo while you are in Emirates cabin crew uniform. So let's say you have all the above, and let's say you created your CV and you went on Emirates website and you applied for Emirates and you got invited for an interview, or let's say you're attending an open day in your location in your country. These are the list of the things that you have to do. Number 1 is do make sure you arrived at least 10 minutes early. Because being late, it doesn't mean it will automatically disqualify you from getting the job, but it can create a negative first impression. So I highly recommend you to arrive at least 10 minutes early, so you can grab a coffee and you can do your final checks before the assessment actually began. And the second one is a smile. Smiling is a must. The recruiters, they are not only evaluating your professional qualifications, but they're also assessing you based on your attitude and your enthusiasm for this role. The third one, make sure to dress professionally for your assessment day. Make an effort on your appearance, on your attires, and on your hairstyle and your makeup and everything. You will find all the informations on how to get ready for your assessment day, how to do your makeup. Just click on this video and you will find all the information that I shared on how to get ready for your assessment day, so you're gonna be looking amazing, because they are gonna be assessing you based on your appearance, like based on how you actually put an effort to look great for that assessment day. You're gonna be representing the Emirates as well. Number 4 is do your research about the company. Before coming to the assessment day, you have to make sure that you are well prepared. Check out their website, look onto their social media, because at the end of the day, this will help you on the interview stage, because you're gonna be asked questions like, why do you want to work for Emirates? Why do you want to work with us? So if you are well prepared and if you know about the company, you know what to answer and you're ready for that. Number 6 is practice your answers before the interview day or before the assessment day. I would say in my case, like, the best thing you can do in this situation is to stand in front of the mirror and practice your answer as if you are like imagining that you are in the interview or in the assessment day actually. So yeah, like day before the assessment day, just do that, like standing in front of the mirror and practice your response to the question that most likely to come on your assessment day and see how you come across. And by the way, I made a video about the assessment day question that I was asked, even the interview question that I was asked and how I responded to them. I made a video and you will find it here. Just click this button and you can watch it and get ready for your assessment day. And number 7 is show a good manner throughout your assessment day. This is one of the most important parts as well. This is one of the greatest way to impress the recruiters. Like from the moment you enter the hall, just be polite to everyone around you, and at the start of your response, like let's say if you are asked to answer something, just before that say thank you for giving me this opportunity, because this will go a long way to help you get what you want. And the other one is show that you are engaged, show that you are actually actively listening and you are present in the room with them. Like, you are not there like physically, but your mind is somewhere else. And if you end up being asked a random question, and because you wasn't present and you didn't listen and you don't know what to say, that's gonna be an elimination for you there. So avoid that and make sure you are interacting with people, you are present, and when it's time to talk, be confident and speak like comfortably. And the other one is body language. One thing that you have to know when it comes to this is Emirates is very like big on body language, and they're also strict as well. So the assessment actually starts before the assessment starts, which means from the moment you enter the headquarters, like if you're attending the assessment day in the headquarters, like as I did, or let's say if you're attending open day in the hotel, you have to make sure your body language is perfect. I mean, on point, because you never know, maybe the recruiter or the interviewer might be in the same elevator with you, so you never know, they might be watching you, the way you walk, the way you talk to, or the way you greet the security guard when you enter, if you are polite or if you are rude. They're gonna look at that and they're gonna also assess you based on that. And the last one I would say is make sure you have one question ready to ask the recruiters at the end of your assessment or at the end of your interview, because the interview is going to be at the end, so you have to ask at least one question to your interviewer. It's like they are going to ask you if you have any question to them. So in this case, you have to say, yes, I have a question, and you can ask any question like, when will I hear back from you, or what's the next step, or what's the next process, this kind of questions. So guys, these are the do's that I implemented on my assessment day when I attended, and let's move on to the don'ts. Like, these are like, there's no way you have to do this, like avoid doing this at all costs. And the first one is gonna be, do not forget to bring the copy of your documents, like the required documents, for example the CV, the passport, the educational certificates, all the documents that you have, you make sure you copy them and bring them with you. Like, it's best if you bring the copy and the original ones, but you give out the copy ones, and if you are asked to provide the originals, you can give it to them. Let's say you don't have the copy of your CV, and the recruiter want to refer to your CV, is you're gonna look less prepared, and you don't want that. And the second one is gonna be, do not avoid eye contact. Eye contact is a very important whenever you're talking to anyone, the recruiter, or even if it's the group members. Make sure you keep an eye contact. Try to avoid looking down or looking on the ceiling, looking around, and like refusing to meet the recruiter's eyes especially. That's not good, and they may think you are lying, or they may see it as a sign of weakness as well. So instead, just make eye contact when you are talking, like naturally. You don't have to be staring too much, but just naturally make eye contact and speak naturally. And if you feel like you're nervous, that's why maybe you don't want to look at them, just think or just imagine that you are actually talking to your friend or your colleague. So just imagine that way, put yourself in that position, so maybe you will feel less nervous, so you keep an eye contact. The other one, and the very important one, is do not slouch when you are sitting. Just keep yourself together. I mean, a lot of people knows about this, but a lot of people forget to do that. So that's why I wanted to mention it as well, because that gives the wrong impression to the recruiters, and it can affect your assessment day performance in a negative way, and you don't want that. So sit upright, smile, be confident and ready to engage with any conversations. Like, if you are asked to talk about something, you are ready to start and interact with other people as well. So I want to add few points on this as well. Let's say if you are in the assessment already, let's say you're in a group, you are sitting in a group, or you are sitting by yourself, just make sure to watch your body, like no putting hand in the pocket, no fidgeting with the item in your hand, no yawning repeatedly, like yawning every 5 minutes, and checking out your time every now and then, and chewing gum. All of these are like a big no, and it's kind of unprofessional. Of course, we are all human. We have, we have to do what we have to do, but try to minimize this kind of activities during your assessment day. Yeah, I know it's the whole day, you could be tired, but take a break, grab a coffee, and you'll be all right. Just for that time, like when you are in the interview room, or if you are with a group sitting and discussing, just avoid doing these things, because still the recruiters are assessing you based on this as well, and the recruiter could misinterpret this to being worried, or a sign of laziness or tiredness, or they might think you are not interested. So keep the good energy, the good attitude and posture until you are fully out of sight, like out of the room, or until you get back in your car. And the other one is, do not talk over them. Let's say you are in group discussion or group activity. Everyone has turn where you guys talk and solve a problem or solve a situation. Still, the recruiter is going to be standing and observing you guys. So whether you're talking to the recruiter or the other candidates, I would always just wait to let them take up the moment of interactions, and at the end I will tell them my opinion. So you should do that the same as well. So while someone is talking, do not interrupt them, do not be overpowering. Even if someone's talking non-stop, just let them just talk, because that's going to be on them, not you. Whenever there is like a gap to talk, that's where you start with a smile on your face and speak, and let them know your opinion. And the other one is, do not mention that you wanted to travel the world, or the pay or the flying benefit is what made you apply to be a cabin crew at Emirates, because that's a big no. And if you are asked why do you want to work with Emirates, you can say I have this kind of qualities, with these qualities and skills, I believe I could add a value to your company. You can say something like this. So please do not mention like, I want to travel the world, I want to see different countries or meet different people. You don't want to say that, because that's a big no. And the other one is, don't be negative about your previous job or your previous company. This is mainly on the interview, like the last stage of the assessment day. If you are successfully past all the elimination stage without being eliminated or getting eliminated, the last stage is gonna be the interview. Then you will be asked tell me about yourself, why do you want to work with Emirates or for us, and all these kind of questions. If you are in that position where you're asked about your company, like what's your previous experience and all, start with positive things. Even if you have like bad experience, it's crucial that you come across as a positive and friendly, and you are able to fit an Emirates environment, which is around 20,000 employees, and that's very diverse, and you're gonna face a lot of challenges. So if you start with a negative background and all, that's gonna affect you. So try to mention more of positive things about your previous company. And the last but not least, I wanted to highlight this, very important. While you are on the assessment room, like in the hall, or even if you are in the room with a lot of people, do not use your phone like in front of everybody. Like if you have to answer a phone, you need to go straight to the recruiter that you have to answer a phone. It's emergency, I have to, before you take out your phone and start using the phone. So that's a big no. Throughout your day, make sure the phone is on silent and in your bag, unless you are asked to do something on your phone. If the recruiter asks you to do something on your phone, okay, that's another story. But if you are in the middle of the assessment and everyone is doing their thing, you don't want to be caught off guard with this. Between the assessment process, there is like a break. It could be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes breaks, like coffee break or washroom breaks. So that's going to be outside of the hall. So that's where you are basically allowed to use your phone. That's very important. So just avoid touching your phone while you are in the assessment, and that's all. Oh, before that, I want to add one more. I want to highlight it. So you are in the assessment room and assessment day is already started. If the recruiter asks you, introduce yourself and tell me about yourself, or tell me your strength in one word, you have to make sure that you answer that question with something professional. I also mentioned this in the other video. If you haven't watched it, you can click here and you can watch that. There was a girl who said, I am cute. I would say because of that she was eliminated. So if I were her, or if I were in that position, I would say I am energetic, or I am a patient, something like this, something that could be related to the cabin crew role that you're applying for. Okay, yeah, you are cute, but what's gonna help you with, like, in future when you are working, when you are flying and dealing with a lot of passengers? Cuteness is not gonna do any favor for you. But if you are patient, if anything or if any situation arises on board, you can deal with that. So when you are attending the assessment day, if you have a long hair, do not come on the assessment day with your hair down, or your hair is like, I know it's gonna be like nice, it's beautiful, but on the assessment day your hair has to be tied back and neatly perfect. So that's one of the things that I wanted to highlight. Why I'm saying this is because one of the girl that was attending the assessment with me have like everything that you can imagine to be cabin crew, and she even had like past experience in aviation, like she's ex-flyer, ex-cabin crew, so she's like the perfect fit for the role. But I don't know, for some reason she was like, she had her hair down, like she have a very long hair and her hair was like straight and down. So maybe because of that, I feel like she didn't make it to the end. She was eliminated on the first round. So guys, you also try to avoid that. I would say just put your hair like in a bun and just make sure it's neat, and that's it. In the next video, I will come up with a story on what happened after I received the golden call and how was the joining process, the Emirates, what happened. Okay, you passed the assessment day, then what? When are you gonna get your golden call? How long did I take for me to receive the golden call? And how was the training college experience? What are some of the things that I didn't expect it will be like that? So these are the topics I'm gonna be talking about in the next video. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.